we had like opposition to us opening. So we had to fight the case of why we should get a license, because they didn't want us to get a license. To be honest, it was because of the history of the building and the history of bars in this area. You know, with somebody being murdered, etc. But even after they'd spoken to me along there, they still put in their opposition to us getting a license. So they thought that literally the area was, even the people that lived here were saying, you know, you don't, even if we believe what you want to do, which is like to have a nice place with kids and dogs and food, you're in the wrong place. So don't do it here, don't waste your money. And it was like, no, we really believe it'll work and we want to do it here. We're looking forward to making your community better. And they're like, well, that's all very well, but it won't work, so don't bother. And then recently we've had quite a few of those people stop us and say, okay, do you know what? Actually, we were wrong, so well done. Well, Edinburgh's most similar part to East London is Leith. It's got a bit of the same vibe, it's got a lot of rough edges, but actually it's probably got the most vibe and the most heart. You've got a big supermarket, you've got a park, you're near the docks, you're in a busy stretch, you should have a good pub. And there's people around who want a good pub, and there wasn't one.
Leith's had a bit of a transformation. I mean, now you've got Michelin star restaurants and fancy new apartments down by the shore. Pockets still in Leith, for example, where you can find a venue where you've got potential to do something without having to be a millionaire. Ben, I think, came up with the name. It was his idea. We thought it sounded pretty cool. It's a bit different. There are lots of pubs in Scotland called the Lion or the Red Lion, so the Lioness made it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more quirky, I would say. From a ship called HMS Lioness, which Ben found. We'd already had the idea of Lioness, but then having found that plaque and it being named after a ship and Leith being a port, that just sort of cemented it for us.
Hopefully, if people like One Track, they'll understand what our policy is, which is just to try and have not necessarily mainstream, but something that people could relate to and maybe enjoy. Everything here comes from various parts of the world, almost all sourced on eBay. Literally from Devon to some of the ghetto blasters are from Tokyo or from Germany. The lights are from France. And then, yeah, the tables are bases from old schools that have been knocked down, and then scaffolding planks on top. It's just all over. In Edinburgh in general, but I think particularly in Leith, that Leith does have a lot of culture and it's got a lot of things you can use. I think if you're going to open somewhere in Leith, it should reflect Leith, because you know there's a lot of good things historically and currently in Leith. I think the negatives are sometimes the things that people hear about, but you know there is a whole lot more going on in Leith.